Welcome everybody to this video. It is the 29th annual Dignity Conference of the Human Dignity and Humiliation Studies Network. It is the 17th of August 2017 and we are here in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. And we are in the Renaissance University. I say Renaissance because this is the French way of pronouncing it. And my name is Evelin Lindner. I'm the founding president of this network, the Dignity Network. And I have the great privilege of being with somebody here who impressed me very much the past days. You are Katyayani Singh.
Yes.
And you are at the moment from Bhopal.
Bhopal.
But you have studied in?
I have studied in many places.
In many places.
But
yeah.
Right now I am pursuing my PhD in Jagran University, Bhopal.
And you are pursuing your PhD in which topic?
It is titled as Non-Killing and Global Peace, Emerging Paradigms and Prospects. So it is basically about how how human civilization has progressed with time. There has been fights, wars for, you can say, for basic needs like land, water, resources in the ancient days. Now it is more refined, and in this fight for possessions, basically we have forgotten the idea or the concept of peace and humanity. What the objective is to tell the people that we fight for resources, we fight for possessions, and we are so involved in it that we do not realize that once humanity would cease to exist, there would be no use of such possessions. You see, if whatever things you have at hand, they are useful to you only till the time you are alive. The time your life is taken away from you, those things will not have any meaning. But that's what most of the people do not understand. They are mostly materialistic in nature. So what we are trying to explore is why people, it is such a basic thing of respecting each other, of respecting the life, respecting humanity, but still people do not identify with it. So it's bringing out the different concept of people as to what drive the individuals to kill, what drives the nations to kill, and how can we counter it. So that's
wonderful.
What it's about.
And I remember there were quite hot discussions about, is killing natural? You
Yes.
were very gifted in asking these questions and then getting different replies. It was very interesting to follow. Is killing natural?
Yes.
And then you explained.
What basically many people consider killing as a natural phenomena. What they do not understand is killing is reactive. It is reactive in nature. It is not natural. This reaction comes with a, there's a basically nothing occurs in isolation. There's always a link to everything around us. First what happens is there is a fight for possession. In the fight for possession, people usually try to indignify each other on the pretext that you do not have this capability, so therefore I should be possessing it. So when they start to indignify each other, it results into conflict, and conflict leads to killing, and then to the disturbance of peace and humanity. So basically everything is interlinked with each other. So we need to have a broad vision to see that how things are linked with each other, and when we understand the linkage between different concepts, we will realize that killing is not natural.
Wonderful. After 40 years of thinking about this topic, I've come to the same conclusion.
Wow, that is good.
Yes. And perhaps you explain a little bit more how this, when I go around the world, I see always, I go from enemy to enemy, and I find only victims. Everybody says, but I am a peaceful, peace-loving person. It's the other, it's the enemy who does A, B, C, D. Why do they do that? They hate me, they hate us. Why do they hate us? Oh, they hate us. I'm a victim. I have no choice. Despite being so peace-loving, I have to kill. Or it's the last option. And then I go to the enemy and I say, why do you hate them? They say, no, I don't hate them. I am a peace-loving person. I'm a victim. Look what they do. They do A, B, C, D. But they don't see what they do. You know, why don't they see what they do to us? So each side is a victim, and they are all peace-loving people. And then they highlight the bad things that the other side does, that the other side says, sorry, you know, why don't you understand that we had to violate your border a little bit because this was our right from before. Just, you know, forgive us about that. Don't take it so personally, you know, it was, please, you know, whatever bad we do, it's collateral damage. It's not intentional. Please forgive us for that. So this is the thing. The world is full of victims. So what do you say to that?
I'd say over here, I think the concept or the personality of Mahatma Gandhi comes into play. Because if you go through the biography of Mahatma Gandhi, you will realize he accepted his faults. And that's what made him great. It was not something he did, something technologically very great that, you know, landed him to Mars or to Moon. He basically showed how you can accept your weakness and yet you can be in control of the situation. Because what people feel is, if they accept that, okay, I am at fault, people feel that if they would just say that I am at fault and I am sorry for this, they think that everyone is going to blame them. What they do not realize is, if you feel sorry for an action, suddenly the whole fight stops and people actually respect you for accepting your fault. Because, you know, acceptance of our fault is, there is something always preventing us from accepting our fault. We always play the victim as if we have done nothing wrong. So what Gandhiji gave a message through his book was, learn to accept to your defects as well. No one is perfect. We all make mistakes. But after committing the mistake, if you have the heart to say that, okay, I did this. No, you have to, it's not that you will just say I did this and then you expect no one is going to question you. People will question you even after you accept something, you have done something wrong. So you should be ready to face those people. You should say, yes, it was a moment of weakness. Yes, it was my fault. It should not have happened. When you accept your own actions, people suddenly stop blaming you. Okay, but
in my case, you know, when I go from enemy to enemy, I hear, oh, it's not our fault. They say it's my fault, but I'm right. It's my right. I'm entitled to do this and this and this, and they take this right from me. So I'm not wrong at all.
So I'll tell you, because the concept of power in everyone's head is, if I accept my weakness, I will not remain powerful. That's what people think of power is. There's a lot of misconception about the concept of power. That's why they do not want to accept their responsibility. And I'll say a lot of literature, a lot of movies, a lot of things are there around us by which we have misinterpreted power in such a way. People think that power and love are two opposite things, but actually love is power itself. So,
wonderful.
So we have to preach and explain this message to everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I wrote a book about big love and Desmond Tutu wrote the foreword.
Okay.
Because Ubuntu is a South African or an African philosophy which says, I am because of you. It's a philosophy of love. So I even wrote a book on big love.
Okay.
Not small love, but big,
Big
love.
love.
Yeah, tough love, big love. Satyagraha.
Thanks.
One more question. When you say apology, let us take another case. A man beats his wife, and you come there and you say to the wife, you are getting humiliated. Don't accept your husband beating you. And then the husband says to you, don't come here, don't disturb the peace of the house. You know, it's before you came, everything was good. It's my duty to beat my wife, to show her her due lowly place. It's my duty. And her duty is to respect me for beating her and to learn humility. She is too arrogant. She thinks she should be equal. This is not right. My right is to be the head of the family. This I meet in many, many societies, not just here, in many societies. So you come and you bring conflict into the house. What do you say?
I'll say this is the cause of lot of mass ignorance. We need to basically create awareness, because the example what you quoted, even I learnt, it's not just the person who beats. Sometimes even the woman who gets beaten, she says that no, it is the right of my husband to beat me.
Right.
I mean, if a husband does not beat his wife, then he is not a good husband. So you know, this is a mentality of the people, especially the rural areas. Many people believe that, you know, it is a sign that the husband loves her wife and that is the reason they beat her up. So it's ignorance. And we need to explain the people, we need to reach out to the people, and it would require an effort from all of us, because not everyone can reach everywhere. So whosoever is present anywhere, they should try to reach to the locals, to the people around them, through educational institution or through communal dialogues, that we have to explain them what human dignity is. Human dignity is basically when you feel yourself worthy enough to be a part of the society. You are proud to be a member of the society in which you live in. That what makes you, that makes a person self-confident, and that springs in themselves, and they will also show others the respect and human dignity which is much needed.
Wow. Shall we say thank you here? We are so thankful.
Thank you so much.
Prepared, even difficult questions. You are able to or not questions. It's suggestions or sharing of my experience,
Yes,
and then
yes.
you have so rich contributions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this talk.